And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, individual reads are now back up and running, so if interested, please message me directly. Email, link is on main, and yeah, we can set that up. So what are we looking at today, Scorpio? We're looking at our first and last reads for the month of February. First and last is the style of reading that I do, where as you transition between seasons, months, and whatnot, we see what energies are coming in and what's going out. This is represented by the aces on top and tens on the bottom, each of the corresponding element, water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively, right? For the top with the aces, what's new? New ideas, new aspirations, new pursuits, new inventions, who knows? Or maybe renewal, depending on the context. And at the bottom, endings, culminations, and conclusions, just what have we learned and what have we gotten out of the experience. As a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, Scorpio, even when it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to purposely misguide you or mislead you. That's really not why I do what I do and put all this work into this channel. It's mainly so that we lay our cards on the table, good or bad, come rain or sunshine, and we talk about it because it's just a conversation, just an energetic one, right? So follow along with me in your read today, Scorpio. Your one-to-one, not your one-to-one, your first and last. Interesting. That's not a prelude to what might be had, but your first and last for the month of February. And yeah, Scorpio, let's see what the cards say. We're going to start with your home element of water. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this read. I'm already calling it a one-to-one. We'll see what the dynamic is had for this month. Oh. Yep. And that was in the reverse. Yep. Okay. Do we get one more before I say what I have to say? So it's cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this read. Because that just flew out, so I have to take it. Not only flying out, but flying out in the reverse. What is going on, Scorpio? I'll tell you what these cards are in a second. Okay. And the last. Well, I mean, you said what you said, didn't you? So let's start with these before we talk about this one. What flew out in the reverse was the Ten of Swords and the Emperor, the card of Aries. Ten of Swords almost always represented by an animal poked to death, let's say. And the Emperor is someone who makes a decision and does not back down from it. Going in the reverse, we believe that a process gets better once we accept its ending. The easiest way to put it. If you could look at the placement card for the Ten of Swords, it's also represented by an animal, right? Here, the phoenix only rises from the ashes. And so while something has come to a final conclusion, and also you're not feeling the best about it, but simultaneously the same amount of power that the emperor has can be had in the reverse. We go from a rightful emperor to a tyrant, right? This is a situation where you said what you said and you're not budging from it. Ultimately, this is the conclusion being had that this is the best decision possible. I know this because the Three of Swords that came out with that. Heartbreak, sharp pain, and remorse. Yeah, a nice big exchange of words happened that led to a total falling out between you and another. Now, you're not apologizing for what was said because you still at the heart of the matter feel that it's right. That's not the issue here. The issue is, why do I actually feel so relieved even if we fell apart in the worst way possible? And that's kind of the question that's ruminating within you that you're not saying out loud because you think of it more as a sign of weakness rather than a new opening of insight. right? And that's why I'm more interested in exploring. Let's go over to your Ace of Pentacles. Show the cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this reading. Define the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe that's why I was fumbling on that intro with the one-to-ones versus the first and last, because there's definitely a falling out between you and another. Show the cards that we need to see, please. Define the Ace of Pentacles for Scorpio in this read. Three of Pentacles. A new opportunity for collaborative bonds and friendship. How so? Four of Pentacles. On top of that, three. Knowing what is right and what's actually worth investing into. Then the Eight of Wands. Oh, okay. Yeah. So whatever this one, these are two separate relational dynamics. Let me explain. You are finally relieved that you had a falling out with one party because you feel more valued with another party or another group of people, right? It's like, for example, if it's like a toxic kind of relationship where they take you away from your friends, once the relationship ends and your friends are still there for you and you found out, wow, they really had my back the whole time, you start to realize, wow, this is what it feels like to be appreciated, right? That's one example of many. But whatever this dynamic was where we finally feel relieved enough to let go, even though we said some very sharp and pointed things between each other, it opens up an opportunity for you to be around an environment and people who directly will stay and show that they love and care for you. Okay, I see that. To the Ace of Wands. So the cards that we need to see, please, upon the Ace of Wands for Scorpio in this read. What about the fire that drives? What pushes us forward? The cards we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this read. To the Ace of Wands. Chariot, the card of Cancer. Okay, so now accepting this part of the journey. Two of Pentacles, that things will eventually balance out. You just got to keep pushing forward. And the Page of Cups, appreciating the little things, no matter how small they get. And I'm taking that in more of a positivistic standpoint rather than a point of desperation, Scorpio, because it took so much to leave whatever this was behind just to remember who you were again. Right? And so you're trying to embrace this in the best way possible, being like, you know what? I'm smiling more now that I'm not around this person. I'm actually incredibly happy. I'm good. I'm getting back to the old me again. I'm surprised that I'm finding me again when I'm not around them. Okay, got it. To the Ace of Swords. We're really trying to push towards that journey. Like, it's almost like you felt that you missed out a good portion of life just because of all the energy that you poured into whatever that was that you finally had a breaking part with. Show us the cards we need to see, please, upon the Ace of Swords in this read for Scorpio. What represents truth and by extension challenge? The Wheel of Fortune, that things can and will change with time, but it also requires effort as we try to take control and steer that wheel. Hangman, state of observation, this one to gain new perspective and garner new insight. Very intentional. We only want to stay on it, but for so long that it is useful. The moment that it stops, we want to hop off. And last, the Seven of Swords. That all is not appears to be on the surface, but this is more of a self-critique that you're having of your own right now, Scorpio, of saying, okay, I need to be honest about my own BS. How did I let it get this far? If I know that these people are still there for me, then let's be honest, they probably were right all along about whatever was going on with me and this person, which led to that entire dynamic in the first place, me getting pulled away from them and then eventually falling out with them anyways. Yeah, I need to take my own accountability here. And that's going to take a lot of time for me to recalibrate and understand, this is where I did wrong and this is what I can do better. Underneath it all, High Priestess, internal knowing, trusting our own voice, and saying what is right. Okay, I can understand that. Next, let's start with the tens. In the whole element of water, define the 10 of cups for Scorpio in this read. What defines the 10 of cups for Scorpio in this read today? It's a harmony with everything going on. 10 of Pentacles. Let this be a foundation for a beautiful future laid out ahead. Okay. The Moon, the card of Pisces. Embrace the unknown, what you have not yet seen or even learned. How so? 4 of Pentacles. This one being a much better investment. Now that we're saying this is done, we are good with it, we're cool. In fact, it's leading to a better outcome for me. What is a proper investment to have right now? And if I'm tying that to another 4 of Pentacles that was pulled, my friends, the people who said they will always be there for me, the people who have shown up instead of just said words, right? And relearning yourself, understanding, hey, I don't know everything that I lost out on, but I'm really sure that I'm willing to find it right now. Okay, to the 10 of Pentacles. What about the experience that builds the foundation of what we want for our lives? Show us cards I need to see, please, on that 10 of Pentacles in this read today for Scorpio. What's going on with that dog? I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but ooh, feisty. Judgment. Okay, so will we learn the lesson? Why so? Divine timing intervention, the notion of confusion. Okay, I see where this is going. And what about it? 3 of Cups, reunion. Okay, so 2 things at once. If you return back to this dynamic, you cannot play victim. That is the first thing I'm going to tell you right now, Scorpio. Whatever is going on between you and that person that you had a falling out with, and then you end up returning to a group or friends that said they were there for you. If you return back to this dynamic, whether that be out of loneliness or whatever decision-making pattern that you have, understand that will more than likely lead to a permanent separation with these people that were already in your support circle. I can guarantee you, ain't no ifs, it's just a win, right? The reason I'm saying that is that 3 of Cups, there could originally all that good energy of meeting all these people again, reuniting, saying, hey, we got your back, all that good stuff. To say after all the stuff that we laid out that we're still confused, the reason I'm calling BS on that is because Judgment came out. This is the second of the highest of even the major arcana. Judgment represents the divine timing and intervention, the lessons of the skies that need to be learned. Here, if you pretend you don't know and, oh my gosh, well, we just ended up talking again, these people are going to part ways with you. And it ain't going to be pretty. That same as that broken ending you had over here with this person will now be had between this group. You either want them, and by extension don't want them after all the stuff that's been going on that led to the separation, or you don't want them and you're more comfortable with this dynamic that you already said that you would separate from. You're not going to get a second chance on this one. So let's be honest and let's be clear. You broke away from it for a very valid reason the first time. If you go back to whatever that was, I doubt that you will find support in this circle anymore. And that's just me being honest. Going to the 10 of Wands. Show the cards we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this reading. What about the burden that is carried? Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this read today. Define that 10 of Wands. What is still carried on their backs. King of Wands, okay. Knowing what the right decision is and following through with it. Also, Emperor, the card of Aries. Here, it doesn't necessarily always have to be, you tearing somebody apart with words, but you can still make a firm standing decision, right? both things are possible at once. You could be the tyrant or you could be, the just emperor. Either way, we don't back down from the decision. But it doesn't mean that you have to tear somebody down. You just have to stick by your principles and it'll turn out fine. Five of Cups. Sorrow, pain, and remorse and decision. I'm going to repeat what I just said, Scorpio, because I don't think that is being taken well or being very receptive towards it. Should you choose, after all this, the pain, the separation, everything, to go back to this bond, these people will leave you behind permanently. There's no ifs, there's no buts, because it's a huge slap in the face to them after what they still, they were still in your corner, they still supported you, etc., etc. And yet you still went back over here with this person. And I'm guessing this is kind of the scenario that I gave before, either with a toxic friend, toxic family member, or toxic ex, right? Should you make that choice again to go back to them, don't ever try to turn to them for guidance, support, or affection anymore, because it is disrespectful at that point to make that decision, right? Now, if we're talking about the Five of Cups towards this connection, what I would say is that, yeah, it doesn't feel good, but also remember everything that you're recovering from right now. Remember the you that you're finding again, right? That is also part of the decision-making process. Maybe there's a sadness of the things that you felt you were left out on. Cool. Then don't let time escape you anymore. We already identified this as a time drain. No need to go back to it. Even if it's familiar, it doesn't make it right for you, okay? Lastly, to the Ten of Swords. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Scorpio in this read to find that Ten of Swords. Seven of Wands. We're defensive about a conclusion that we already made, okay? Justice, the card of Libra, hoping that by trusting the process, things will weigh out in an equitable manner. The Fool, a new beginning. Underneath it all, King of Swords, we know the right decision. It's about making it. To reiterate, Scorpio, I really want to drive this point home. You go back to this person, you will lose these people. They're not going to give you another chance on this one. What's more important? Your friendships, your support circle, the people who were there with you even through the worst of times of this, or the affections and the familiarity you have with this bond that you already had a catastrophic falling out with. You have the choice right now. But whatever you choose, you will lose the other. Weigh out your options. But when you make that choice, understand there's no going back on it, okay? Lastly, find the major arcana strewn across the table for Scorpio on this read. We first look towards the Emperor here in the reverse. Why do we say it in the most effective, direct, and harsh manner possible? Show us the cards that we need to see, please. Upon the Emperor in the reverse as we push forward in Scorpio's read today. King of Pentacles, you knew what the right words to say and you made that investment because you were trying to break away. Again, don't forget all the effort that it took just to go through that separation. Please do not. The Chariot, the Emperor, and that is 1, 2, and 3. Yep, we have all the Emperors on the board now. Matching up to the Chariot. No, if you're going to stand on it, stand on it. Don't move, don't budge. You said you're apart now? Good. Find what being apart means. Next to the Wheel of Fortune. Page of Wands. Even the smallest optimism can burn bright. I haven't seen the sun in a while. Maybe it might be time to go look. To the Hangman. What are we trying to anticipate or look forward to? Three of Wands. A future beyond this. This is why I'm saying don't regress. Don't regress no matter how tempting that it is, because it's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. To the Moon, card of Pisces. what investment, the Knight of Pentacles, actually looks like. Right? What does that mean in action? Not just saying words for the sake of saying them. To Judgment, an Ace of Pentacles. A new opportunity has presented itself. With this reunion, with this other group of people, hey, if they are truly in your corner, then appreciate that and try to understand it, even when it hurts to hear. Next to the Emperor, the World. And so your decision, whatever you choose, because I'm still getting the feeling we're so tempted to go back to this right now. Whatever you choose is going to be the prelude to the chapter that's going to be written next. Because it's either going to be without this person or without these people. Without the person that you had to work so hard to get away from, or without the people who stood by you, even no matter what happened in this dynamic. Whichever party that you choose, the other one will fall away. And that is guaranteed because the World came out. To Justice, King of Swords. Trusting that you can make the right decision, that we know the right place and the right spheres to go to the Fool. Holding on to what a good new beginning and a fresh start can mean. Okay, Four of Pentacles. Resolution, real cards resolution for Scorpio in this read. What is held in space resolution for Scorpio in their read today? Sorry, I had to crack my back real quick. What is held in resolution for Scorpio in their read today? It's of Wands. The driving force of embracing new opportunity, the energy that comes from within. High Priestess, we know what the right answer is. Will we pursue it? That's the bigger and better question underneath it all. The Three of Pentacles, collaboration and the base root of friendship. The best thing that you can do right now, Scorpio, is choose your friends. My friends over you. Oh, that was a song, wasn't it? Here's what I got in your read today, Scorpio. Let's wrap this up real quick. You broke apart, and you broke apart from this person with a reason, and a good reason. And then you remembered, hey, I got this circle of people, my friends, my family, who actually do support me, and I made a healthy decision for myself. Now, to embrace that journey fully and not regress, that's the challenge you're facing. And you know this. At a deep internal level, the best decision that you can make is choosing the groups of people that would always have your back. However, with the temptation of returning to this dynamic, understand all that is temptation, because I guarantee you, if you go back to them, these people will fall away and they will not want to deal with you anymore. No second chances here. We've been through enough. So the burden that we carry is that whatever choice that we make will lock the other option out. However, just as your tarot card reader and trying to be your friend right now, it doesn't really seem like much of a choice, right? The right decision is pretty obvious. However, that is your decision to make, because the cards don't determine anything. You do, right? You could listen to this entire read and still say, well, I could just go back to them and watch your entire friend group and everybody that supported and loved you through the process fall away. Because I guarantee you that is what will happen. You will not be given a second chance, Scorpio. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be honest. This is me giving honesty in a read. Lastly, we know what the right decision is. We may not like having to make it. However, as we melt away our own guards and find ourselves again, we find ourselves in our family, our friends, and our purpose. Just not including this person anymore. That's why I got in your read today, Scorpio. Hope this conversation helped. And yeah, my friends over you. That's how we do it moving forward. See you around, okay? Take care.